Hello friends, UPSC mains में high score करना is a guarantee that you will find your name in the final list and also you will get your preferred service. And for that, आपके मेंस के आंसर्स का प्रॉपर इवेल्युएशन होना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और यहाँ पे IAS नेटवर्क विद द टीम ऑफ टॉपर्स और जिन्होंने लेटेस्ट यूपीएससी के इंटरव्यू दिए हैं, दे विल हेल्प यू इन योर इवेल्युएशन प्रोसेस. फॉर फर्दर डिटेल्स कॉन्टैक्ट अस और विजिट आवर वेबसाइट ऑफ IAS नेटवर्क. थैंक यू.
Greetings to the engineering services aspirants. I am Vaishnav Kumar and I have secured AR 18 in the examination UPSC Engineering Services Examination in the year 2021, and I achieved this rank in the Department of Civil Engineering. First of all, I would like to give a brief introduction about me. My name is Vaishnav Kumar. I was born in Bihar and brought up in Bihar, Jharkhand. Brought up in Ranchi, Jharkhand. I did my schooling from JVM Shamli, and thereafter I did BTech in Civil Engineering from IIT Delhi. I passed from the concerned institution in 2019. Thereafter, I joined the Made Easy coaching for the classroom program with respect to prelims, mains and interview guidance also. Thereafter, I appeared in the examination ESC 2020 and also in ESC 2021. In the first attempt, I could clear the prelims, but I could not clear the mains round. Thereafter, in 2021, I secured rank 18th, and I am very thankful to the concerned coaching Made Easy, and I am also thankful to my parents for this constant support and guidance. Now, in this session, I would be dealing with the civil engineering branch with respect to prelims and mains both. I would be covering the sources for the preparation, the methodology which we have to use to excel in both prelims and mains, and I will also talk about the test series which one should focus to achieve maximum marks in it. So, first of all, I will talk about the preliminary examination. As you must be aware of, the civil engineering paper comprises of 150 questions, out of which each question carries 2 marks, and hence the total paper is of 300 marks. To excel in this section of examination, one should focus on covering the maximum number of questions in the examination. I would recommend to go 140 plus in the attempt with a certain level of accuracy to get a very good marks in this paper, which can be done with the help of a number of techniques. So, I will start with the sources which we have to refer to practice the questions or to study the content regarding this examination. So, with respect to certain chapters which I would like to suggest, there are some topics which are very important in civil engineering, such as strength of materials, structural analysis, then RCC, building materials, strength of then soil mechanics and foundation engineering, fluid mechanics. So these are some of the topics which carries maximum number of marks in the examination. But I would suggest that one shouldn't leave any topic in the examination, since the competition is rising day by day, and one cannot think even to leave us any topic. So with respect to the sources, I would like to suggest that you shouldn't refer to the standard textbook, since it will consume a lot many time. So I would suggest either buy the coaching notes which is available in the market, or you can buy the postal study package for those aspirants who are not taking the coaching. And for the coaching goers, I would suggest that the class notes is very important. You can refer to the class notes and you can get maximum questions out of those only. So, by covering the class notes or by covering the purchased class notes or the postal study package, one should study it very carefully. One should get to know the concepts which are required to understand anything. They should be by heart, and after completing a certain topic, one should refer to the previous year questions which has been asked in the UPSC examination. So after studying the concepts and solving the previous year questions, one should be able to make short notes of the concerned topic, be it any way, online or offline. You can do it in any method. So prepare the short notes so that you can revise the topics very easily during the last stage of the preparation. So after forming the short notes and solving the previous year questions, one should go to the test papers of the previous years. I had solved around 2 to 3 previous test papers. So you should start solving those papers. Now, regarding the method of attempting the questions in the examinations. See, this pattern of what should I attempt first, what should I attempt next is depends on person to person. But I would like to share my strategy. I used to solve the questions from the favorite subjects of mine, such as strength of material, structural analysis, soil mechanics first, and thereafter right from the theoretical question to the numerical question, I used to skip and try to attempt 140 plus questions. So the game which you have to play in the examination of what strategy I have to make, what things I have to follow, should be attempted during the test series only. You should practice a number of alternatives and get to know which one is suiting you the most. So by doing this, you can carry out the most important problem of time management of solving a lot many questions. So by doing the test series, you would be able to know that how many are you able to attempt, and what technique you are able to get the maximum number of questions in the 3-hour duration. Secondly, of solving the numerical questions, one should try to remember a few many techniques in mathematics, such as square root or such as cube root of certain numbers, which we can do it in a very short amount of time. So one should try to remember those techniques and replicate in the examination also. This they can practice during the concerned test series only. So with the help of these techniques and the sources which I mentioned, one can easily excel in the preliminary examination. One should focus on giving a lot many test series, which will help them to maintain a certain level of accuracy in the examination, and by the virtue of which they would be able to get a very good marks in the prelims examination. Now, I would move on to the mains section concerning paper 1 civil engineering and paper 2 civil engineering. Now, mains section is very much different from the prelims section. The reason being that in the mains examination, it is totally conventional based paper in which you have to solve the questions in the paper itself with a due consideration of steps and all. So first I will try to cover the sources regarding this. Now, with respect to the mains also, the previous year questions are very important. One should refer to the previous year questions of UPSC of past 15 to 20 years. Try to solve them 2 to 3 times before the particular examination. So by referring to the previous year questions, you would be able to get an idea of what UPSC is asking in a particular topic. After solving those questions, one can also refer to the material or booklets made available by the coaching institutes, in which there are certain examples and exercises given in the booklets. One should go through it in a glance only, since the main questions they had answered in the previous year question only. So by going through the previous year question and by going through the concerned booklets, you would be able to know the strengths and the concerned strengths of yours, that which topics you have gained maximum coverage and you are very comfortable in. Also, you would be able to know the concepts which are not in favor to you. So you should try to make those concepts clear with respect to the booklets or with respect to the teachers available in the coachings. By doing so, you would be able to complete the whole syllabus of the mains. I will try to remind you once again that do not attempt to leave any topic. Each and every topic is very important in the examination, and in the recent years we have seen that even the topics which are very less important, the questions are being asked in the compulsory section only. So one should try to cover each and every part of the topic. Now coming to the test series. In the mains also, the test series plays a very important role in the success in the mains examination. So one should refer to the past 2 to 3 years test series of a number of coachings. I had attempted the test series of Made Easy and IES Master both. So one should try to cover past 3 years and 2 coachings, so 3 times 2, 6. At least one should try to give 70 to 80 tests before the concerned examination. Now these tests will help you play the game in the test series only, that I should attempt the compulsory part first or I should attempt the optional part first. It is of your choice only. You try and gamble these things in the concerned test series, ongoing preparation in the test series, and make a particular strategy and try to replicate this only in the examination. With respect to mine, I used to solve the optional part first, and then after completing the 3 optional questions, I used to do the 2 compulsory questions. Yours, you can choose any strategy as per your suitability. So solve a number of test series, get the copies checked by the concerned faculties of the various coaching, so that you can get an idea about where you are not able to score the marks or how you should write the answers in a particular paper. Don't try to do it by yourself in the initial stages. After a particular number of tests you can do it, but I will suggest that you try to get your answer copies checked by the concerned faculty. Now, moving on to the actual examination. In the recent trends, we have seen that the trend of the paper is changing a lot. It becomes very different from the past year, it becomes very different from the past 2 to 3 years. So one should not be very shocked to see these types of question papers. They should maintain calm and composure during the examination, and they should make sure that they are moving very smoothly in the examination and they are not wasting time on a particular question too much. With respect to paper 1, I will now bifurcate the preparation with respect to papers. With respect to paper 1, I would suggest that the questions in this paper are purely based on concepts and practice, since the questions are very lengthy in these sections, plus the chances of silly mistakes are very much high in this section. So one should try to solve a lot many questions during the preparation journey. In fact, I can say that you should try to solve a few number of questions of structure and SOM daily, so that you get a very fair frankness in doing out the questions of these topics, since there is very high chance of committing silly mistakes in these sections. Plus, there are some topics such as steel and RCC which are purely design based, so one should be able to remember the steps which are being followed in the design of a particular element of a structure. So they should make a proper short notes with respect to the design steps of each and every topic in the RCC or in the steel section. Now coming on to the remaining 2 topics of paper 1, BMC and construction equipments and construction practices, I would say that these 2 topics are very easy, plus these are very dynamic also, since a number of theory questions are being asked from these topics. So one should practice writing theory answers also during the examination, during the course of their preparation. They should try to write a few answers in a week or in 2 to 3 days, so that they get a fair idea of how to write long answers, 20 marks answers, so that they can get maximum marks out of it. Now moving on to the paper 2. Now paper 2 is something like factual paper, where formula based questions are generally asked. Not all, but yes, most of them are formula based. So one should try to make sure that they cover each and every formula, each and every concept in the paper 2, because there are certain topics such as railway, airport, dock, harbour, which generally people leave, but questions are being asked out of it, and even some dynamic questions are also asked. So one should not leave any topic, and they should cover each and every formula, each and every concept of the question throughout the paper 2, and one should be able to give proper amount of respect to the time management also, so that they are able to complete the paper easily. Now since it is very factual, the answers are very short, so there is a very high amount of accuracy needed to excel in this paper. I can say, as per my experience also, that in my first attempt I was able to solve many questions of paper 2, but I couldn't get good marks since the accuracy was very low in that paper. But in paper 1, since the design talk questions are there, or very lengthy answers are there, so there is a scope of certain mistakes you will be able to do and not get marks deducted too much. But in paper 2, you should focus on accuracy too much, so that you can get maximum marks out of it.
Hello friends, UPSC mains में high score करना is a guarantee that you will find your name in the final list, and also you will get your preferred service. And for that, आपके मेंस के आंसर्स का प्रॉपर इवैल्यूएशन होना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और यहाँ पे IAS नेटवर्क विद अ टीम ऑफ टॉपर्स और जिन्होंने लेटेस्ट यूपीएससी के इंटरव्यू दिए हैं, दे विल हेल्प यू इन योर इवैल्यूएशन प्रोसेस. फॉर फर्दर डिटेल्स कॉन्टैक्ट अस और विजिट आवर वेबसाइट ऑफ IAS नेटवर्क. थैंक यू.
So for paper 2 also the basic steps are same, that you should cover each and every part of the syllabus. You should practice the test series to gain a good amount of accuracy in the paper 2. So overall, one should focus on completion of syllabus. One should focus on the test series, give maximum amount of test series. Make sure that you, by the virtue of test series, you gain a certain amount of accuracy in it. And these things are enough to get a very good marks in both mains paper 1 and in mains paper 2. So I would be ending this with a note that be steady in your preparation, be consistent in your preparation, do a lot many hard work, don't run away from the test series, practice it. You will get failures during the preparation, such as you will not get good marks even after preparing for a particular topic very skillfully, but don't get disheartened with these things. These things happen with each and every person who has succeeded in this examination. Go through it, rectify your mistakes and try to clear it before the examination. So by maintaining the consistency towards the test series and the preparation, you would be able to achieve success in this examination. My best wishes is with you. Good luck and achieve success in life. Thank you.